The motherfucker said, both of you, turn around. Turn around for what? Like, what? He like, both of y'all are under arrest. So I'm like, okay. Uh-oh, back again. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Life for the Party, and I'm gonna welcome you back to my channel. For those who are new here, please click that subscribe button and get in tune and join this party for you guys. Now, with all the pleasantries aside, I went and got me some iced coffee because low-key, y'all, it's time to do a story time. It's time. I think it's overdue. Like, if you haven't seen any of my story times, I'm gonna link them below as well as put them throughout the video. Boom, check it. Let's get to it. This story takes place about 10 years ago. I was a senior in high school. But yo, your boy got locked up. He's a criminal. I pulled a fucking Winona and got locked up from shoplifting at bargain hunters.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
I know, y'all probably like, bargain hunters? What the fuck were you stealing from bargain hunters? But go, let me get to the story. So let me take place. Thursday night, I remember it like it was yesterday, and I was in PM school. I was in my gym class. Now, bargain hunters, for those who don't know, is like a generic store, like a big generic brand store. Like, they sell different things like pots, pans, curling irons, lotion, deodorant. Now, I went to school in a Jewish neighborhood, so if that gives you any quote unquote, you already know what type of time they want. Like, they see this and it's like and no disrespect to anybody who's Jewish, but literally, like, going to Edward R. Murrow, because that's what I went to Edward R. Murrow High School. Going to Edward R. Murrow, like, I seen the fear that my presence brought to that neighborhood all the time. I never forget, I had two friends, we're gonna call them Cleo and Titi. I'm in PM school with kids of my age and, you know, kids below, lower than me and lower grades than me, because everybody was trying to make up. Like, Murrow was so free, yo. Like, when I tell you Murrow was really free, like, we could go and come as we please, cut class, do all this bullshit, and really not get any discipline for it. So, I was in PM school, I was in gym, which is even more embarrassing. Like, why did I cut gym? But gym was annoying, and back then I was fat, so you know I cut gym because I didn't want to work out. So, I was in PM school with two of my classmates, and we're gonna call them Keisha Coles and Rihanna. The reason why we call them Keisha Coles and Rihanna, because homegirl that I'm calling Keisha Coles really looked like Keisha Coles when we was in high school. Shouts out to her, love her. She really looked like Keisha Coles in high school, gapping or bad attitude or to certain people, but not to everybody, but she was Keisha Coles. And the other reason why we're gonna call the other girl Rihanna is because she had an accent. I don't believe she was Bayesian. I think she was from St. Vincent's, but we just gonna call her Rihanna because we just gonna call her Rihanna, whatever. So I was in PM school with my two classmates, Rihanna and Keisha Coles. Now, remember, TT and Cleo, they didn't have PM school, but they would be around in the neighborhood. Like, you know how kids do, we linger. We don't want to be in school, but we linger around. Like, we never just go straight home after school, we would linger around. So boom, check it. TT and Cleo was like, oh, we gonna stay till I get off of PM school, like, whatever. I got out of PM school at 7:30. So TT and Cleo was like, yo, let's go. We're gonna go walk around and whatever. So TT and Cleo ended up coming back to the school and just like sitting and waiting for us. But they came back with mad fucking bags. So I'm like, what, y'all niggas went shopping. Granted, we're all young, we don't all have real jobs at that time, but like, I mean, our parents was giving us money, but the way how they came back with duffel bags. Like, my nigga, they had a bag, like multiple bags like this size, like filled up. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck, where y'all went? Like, what y'all did? So TT hit us up like, yo, we went crazy. We went to Bargain Hunters, bro. Bargain Hunters just dropped the news they was going out of business. Bargain Hunters was going out of business. I don't know why. I don't know where the economy was hitting for them, but sucks to be them. But they was going out of business, and niggas went into Bargain Hunters. Now, I knew TT didn't spend that money in Bargain Hunters, but it never crossed my mind to ask, like, you know, but I already knew what type of time they was on. They probably went up in there, you know, had bags, and was throwing them in, because TT and Cleo, yo, they track record was something else. They were two menaces. They were like menace to society. Like, literally, they was always in some bullshit. But yo, when I tell you, they was on timing, yo. They was on timing with anything. I love them. Like, we're in touch now, and you know, I wish them all the luck in their endeavors and stuff like that. But when I tell you back then, they was on timing. Yo, they was on timing. They came back with all these bags. So I already know what type of timing they was on. So I remember I was talking to Keisha Coles and Rihanna, and we was just talking. I was like, yo, Bargain Hunters is going out of business. Y'all, we should go check in and see what they got in there. So, mind you, I was talking to Cleo. I was like, Cleo, what you got? Cleo showed me her bag. Like, bitch got fucking curling irons, lotion, Red Fox, cocoa butter, and that's my shit, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I've been using Red Fox for over 10 years, and let me tell you, glossy, skin, on point, period. So, she had mad shit. I'm like, bitch, like, what the fuck? How you get that? She was like, just throwing in an egg. So, yo, let me tell you something. We were stupid. Like, we would never, like, give real answers. Like, we would be on some bum shit. So, I never forget. Cleo was like, just throwing in an egg. So, I already knew what type of time she was on. So, Keisha Coles and Rihanna, they were cool with Cleo and TT too. And they were around when the situation happened. Mind you, we're supposed to be in gym paying attention. But you know what? That teacher really didn't give a fuck about us anyway. Because he was around. I'm not going to get into him because I don't know what he's doing with his life right now, but he was a perv. And if you went to Evelyn Murray, you know who I'm talking about, but I don't need y'all to mention no names because real talk, I don't got money and I don't need nobody suing me for defamation of character. And if they sue me for defamation of character, I swear to God, I'm on you. I'm on your fucking body. I remember Keisha was like, yeah, I'm gonna go up in there because I need me a new curling iron. And Rihanna was like, yeah, me too. I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. So in my mind, we're going in there to be on some klepto shit. Like, we're really up in the line in the store. Like, we're gonna line this shit. Like, we're really going in there to get the bag. Like, really violate. So I don't know. In my mind, in my heart, like, I'm a thug. I'm with the shits, but I know who my mama is. Now, my mama is a no frills type of woman. Like, she don't play that shit. My mother will really put hands and feet on me. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, yeah, I do want this shit, but do I want to deal with Pat? No, I really don't. Her questions and asking me where did I get money to get this, because at this time I was really semi-broke. Like, I was living off my mother. Like, she was giving me like allowance and stuff, and mind you, I'm 16 going on 17 and I'm living off allowance. But shit, good old days. I really wish I could get an allowance right now because the nigga is struggling. So long story short, class is over. It's about 7 something at night, and in the Jewish neighborhood, I don't know if you're familiar with it, they close very early. Like, they close like 7, 8, you know, they close. They don't play that shit. So delicious. And if you want my recipe, it is cold brew medium, almond milk, 2 shots of sugar-free vanilla, and 2 spoons of skinny per 7:30, the store's open and it's people in the store, and I guess they like trying to rush people to get up out of here. So we get in the store and we're walking around. I have on a messenger bag. Boom, remember I have a messenger bag on. That's gonna come back into the fruition. That's gonna come back into the story very soon. So I have a messenger bag. It's me, Rihanna, and Keisha Coles. TT and Cleo. TT and Cleo is still around the school. We had plans. We were going to go to McDonald's after that. Yo, I'm telling you, this is a real throwback because I haven't had McDonald's over about 9-10 years. I haven't eaten McDonald's, and I'm still not gonna eat that music shit. But we were gonna go to McDonald's after that. So we in the store, and yo, Rihanna and motherfucking Keisha Coles is really, they not playing, because the stores, they have us on a rush, like, hey, you guys, we're getting ready to close up, like, da da da, like, we need y'all out of here. So Rihanna and Keisha Coles is like, yo, fuck that shit, let me go get some stuff. Now, Rihanna, you remember back then, them girls, 2010s, the 2000s, early 2000s, like the 10s and stuff like that, girls used to wear them big ass purses to school. Had maybe like one notebook and then 3 pens. They wear them big ass purses to school like this, and had their little Arizona and their little sandwich there. They would be like that, like, but them purses was big as fuck. I don't know what y'all mamas was thinking about letting y'all wear them big ass purses to school, but y'all was too fucking grown, and now y'all needed your ass beat. So my bitch Rihanna and Keisha Coles both had them type of bags, and them bitches is throwing in there. Now remember that. So I remember Keisha was like, yo, heavy up. Like, me and Keisha making eye contact, but we not trying to make shit hot because it's a guy walking around. So I'm like to myself, in my mind, even to this day, I always hear my mom's voice when I'm making choices. Like, I always hear her like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, Pat is in my head. Like, no wonder why I'm in therapy. Like, she really did a number on me. Like, anytime I feel like I'm doing something, I always hear her like, don't do this, don't do that, what did I tell you? Like, she always catches me, and that's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because real talk, like, yeah, we're not gonna get to that, but that night it was a good thing, because honestly, I walked out that store. Now remember, I said I walked out that store. Keisha Coles and Rihanna was still in the store. Now I'm a fat cow because I'm hungry, so I'm rushing. I'm like, yo, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Yo, I didn't even know that one of the guys that was walking around in the store already had peeped that Rihanna was putting stuff in her bag. So I didn't get nothing. I didn't have nothing in my bag, and I was able to leave the store. That was God telling me to get the fuck out of there. I go back into the store like a dumb ass. So we going out to the store. I guess Keisha and Rihanna was like, fuck it, my bag is good, I got what I wanted, I'm out. They're getting ready to walk out the door. Why? Keisha is literally maybe one step out the door and Rihanna's behind her. The guy comes up and pulls Rihanna's bag, right? It was like, yo, open your bag, da, da, da. So my heart freezes because I'm on the side of the store like, hair behind ear, bitch, what are you doing? Like, so I'm like, what's going on? So she's looking like startled, like, and Keisha's looking like this dumb bitch, and I'm looking like this dumb bitch. So the guy's like, stand to the side, open your bag. So Keisha could have just left, but I don't know what happened. The guy tells Keisha to do the same thing, like, come back in here, stand to the side. She's already almost out the door. Literally, she can really touch, like, her hand is outside. Like, she can literally close the door on the nigga. He pulls her back in. She gets in. Mind you, I'm still on the side of the store. The nigga pulls me in too. Like pulls me into the store. And I'm like, yo, get the fuck off me. I don't got nothing in my bag. He like, open your fucking, like, open your bag. Like, he's going in. Granted, he had to do his job. I should have spied his shit. But you know what? Honestly, I wasn't even on that. He's like, open your bag. I had no problem opening my bag because I had nothing in it. So I opened my bag. He like, all right, cool. When them bitches open their motherfucking bag, yo, when I tell you them bitches had everything, they was a Sephora walking, curling irons, brushes, grease, I swore fucking Rihanna had a perm in her bag, but I might be capping. Bitches had lotion, Dove, all that shit in their bag. Now, let's reframe something. Let's really think about something. When you go back to TT and Cleo, when they came back with the bags, this is a part of the story that we all failed to miss. The bag said bargain hunters, meaning they purchased something to get these bags. and then they stole, which didn't make them hot because you purchased something. So they already think like, hey, he purchased something, like whatever, they can go. Our dumb asses went there with no bags, we didn't even think like that to either get something, purchase something, and then steal. Like, we just thought like, hey, yeah, let's go. Now the man said, y'all going to jail, but I can give y'all an option before I call the cops. Y'all can pay for all of this and take a picture and never come back to the store, or I can call the cops. It just so happened the owner was like, I don't give a fuck what that nigga saying. Y'all niggas are going to jail. Get them niggas out of here. So, check it. The guy calls, so they're getting ready. The lady's ringing them up like, this is how much y'all gonna pay for it. And the number is hitting, I think, if I can remember, Rihanna's stuff came up to like maybe like 1 and change, and like Keisha's was like around the same amount. The girls had the money, and plus I was gonna put some money into it because I wasn't gonna let them like that, because I really felt like it was my idea to go to bargain hunters. Now, as the girls are getting ready to pay, the motherfucking cops walk in. Now, I can remember this to this day. He looked like fucking Gru. He walked in there like it was just, oh, this made his day to arrest 3 black young adolescents. Like, really, we was in the room, but it made his day. So he comes in there and he was like, so they're shoplifting, I see. So do you guys got the money to pay for this? So we're like, of course, we're paying for it right now. Now, this is when shut the fuck up shit came in. So we're like, yeah, we're paying for it right now. But Keisha just had like this animosity in her, which I really didn't know why, but she was just so upset. So Keisha's looking like, boom, like, why are you even here? Like, we said we were gonna pay for it, we're gonna take the picture, we're not coming to this bum ass store because the store's gonna close down in 2 weeks anyway. So I'm like, okay, we're getting ready to pay for it. So he's antagonizing us while they're getting everything set up. He's antagonizing us. So they're going back and forth, and me and Rihanna are looking at each other like, and I remember he said to her, if you don't shut your mouth, I'm locking all of you guys up. And she was like, for what? And he was like, I'm locking you all up. Like, I'm gonna lock y'all up. So
you fucking spoiled motherfucking.
The Arab guy was like, no, they're gonna pay for it. Rihanna's quiet, like church mouse quiet. And I'm over here trying to calm down Keisha Coles, because Keisha, I love her. Like, that was my girl. Like, when we was in high school, that was my girl. Like, I really loved her. We graduated, we went to junior high school together, but we wasn't really close, and we got close in high school. Like, I was sophomore, junior, senior year, and me and her had like a bond. Like, I called her my twin and everything. Like, that was my girl. So Keisha's going back and forth with him. I'm like, Keisha, shut up. So he told me to shut up. I'm like, mister, I'm really trying to calm her down. Like, you're doing the most. Why the motherfucker said, both of you, turn around. Turn around for what? Like, what? He like, both of y'all are under arrest. So I'm like, oh.
Like, I can't.
Wait, I'm going to jail? What's going on? Like, I'm going to jail? I'm going to jail, y'all. I'm 16, I'm going to 17, and I'm going to jail. I'm getting locked up from stealing from bargain hunters on somebody's Thursday night. But now at this time, my mother's spidey senses must have kicked in, because she's blowing up my phone and I'm not picking up. So I'm like, mister, my mom is calling, can I please just tell her I'm getting locked up? He's like, no, you can call her at the precinct. So I'm like, yo, he's really not playing. So I'm like, mister, like, it's not that serious. He was like, your big mouth friend should have shut up. I said, I was trying to shut her up. He was like, it's not your job. She has to learn a lesson. So I said, why am I getting locked up? Like, if she has to learn a lesson, why am I getting locked up? Now, I'm not going to be a flat leaver, because I want my girl to go home too, but why am I getting locked up? So he like, you know what? When I told you to mind your business, you didn't know how. It was just like, gave him a kick. Like, he just wanted it. He probably needed the overtime, you know. Now I'm looking at Just for Life. just for life. For life. And I'm realizing that these cops be doing some pay for, stay for pay, whatever that bullshit is. So he probably did that to me and I should have sued that motherfucker. But, we end up getting locked up and we're in the car and I remember I was looking at her and she was like, she started blaming me. Like, oh, I knew I should have went home, da da da. But I'm like, bitch, if you would have just shut up, we would have went home. Like, mind you, but made it even worse, Rihanna ends up going home. She gets a disappearance ticket. Like, he didn't lock her up because she was quiet. She started crying. And I don't know why. He must have had a little taste for little island teas, because I don't understand why she didn't get locked up. I ain't have nothing in my bag. She did. She should have went to jail. Now, I'm not trying to be a snitch and everything, but she should have went to jail. Like, so I'm like, cool. We in there. I'm in the car. Mind you, I'm big as fuck. Head like this in the car, like please, like. We end up getting to the precinct. So on the real, I told them, don't call my mother, call my cousin Paul, because my mother gonna beat my ass. Like, I'm tall, I'm doofy, all that, but my mother, she squares up like a nigga, and I ain't want no parts of that. So I'm like, don't call my mother. The same thing I think Keisha Cole said. She's like, don't call my mother, Q, call my stepfather, because her stepfather at that time, he was a captain at another precinct. So we was thinking like, yeah, we get out of here, this shit gonna be thrown away. Like, hey. Did I fucking think not? They put us in the holding cell. We got to the precinct at 8 o'clock, bro. We didn't start getting processed, if I can recall, till about 11:30. We was in the holding cell till 4:30 in the morning. Now, they called my motherfucking mother. And literally, I felt like my stomach came out my ass. The way how I heard her voice, I'm in a holding cell in the back and I heard her voice. Where that dumb motherfucker at? And I remember Keisha looked at me like, you gonna need a place to stay because I don't think you should go home. But it was just so crazy because while we was in the holding cell, the shit that we seen, I knew jail wasn't for me. First of all, the holding cell, they had no chairs, so we had to sit on the floor. Two, me and Keisha was side to side. We were literally like touching each other. Like, she's in one holding cell by herself and I'm in a holding cell with 3 guys. Now, these 3 guys, I don't recall, but I just remember one of the niggas was in there for shooting his cousin in the knee. In the fucking knee. In the knee. What is that? Who does that? So, long story short, we stayed in there till about 4:30 in the morning. They processed us. We ended up having to go. They gave us a disappearance ticket. Keisha's mother was like, I'm not taking her home because you know better. Like, you know this better than this bullshit. Mind you, they done took our money because we done paid for the items at the store. We done paid for the items at the store and didn't get the fucking items. What? My mother was calling me all types of names and I'm looking at the cops like, do y'all let parents talk to their kids like that? Like, why is she not locked up? Calling me a dumb motherfucker, like I should have left you here. It made my grandmother rest in peace because my mother plan was to leave me there. She told me this not too long ago. Her plan was to leave me there for the weekend, but my grandmother was like, go get that dumb ass. Go get that dumb ass. And I swear, the next day, I went to school and it was all around the school that I got locked up for bargain hunters. I literally walked into my first period class A band and I never forget, a group of my friends was in there singing, I'm locked up, they won't let me out. They won't let me out, I'm locked up. They really violated me. The teachers knew I stole because the fucking store came back to the school the next day and gave them the photos of us and told us that we're not allowed to be on the premises. The whole school know I went to jail for stealing from bargain hunters. So legit, niggas was calling me bums. They was like, oh my god, who goes to jail for stealing from bargain hunters? Niggas was violating my spirit. I ended up having to go to a program called SHOPLIFT. And it was just a program to teach us about shoplifting and the bad things about it. It was in the fucking ghetto. I'll never forget that. Like, I literally was I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. I didn't even want to go to school. I really wanted to just like drop out of school out of that, because niggas was really cutting my ass for the long haul. Like niggas was really like, oh my god, don't leave your stuff around Will, don't leave your stuff around G, because you know he's mind you, I was getting the worst of it all, and I didn't steal. I didn't even have nothing in my bag, while Keisha Coles and Rihanna was just like, tap on the hand. All of us had to go to that that freaking Stoplift class, and I just hated it. Like, but this is your boy Life of the Party, and that was just a quick story time. I'm telling y'all, like, I was mortified. I was literally mortified.